get back to our lead story with regard to the appointment, or rather the clearing of one of the final obstacles to the appointment of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala to become essentially the head of the WTO. So what exactly does happen from this point moving forward? Let's examine that in some detail with Gabriel Mongonda. He's a political and economic analyst. He joins us now live from Dar es Salaam. So the US and South Korea, they were the only countries holding out against Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's appointment to succeed Roberto Azevedo. But even with a new administration in Washington, there's no guarantee that she's going to clinch this role, is there?
Yes, there's no guarantee, but that question can be a yes or no, because if there'll be no guarantee, then that means the whole process will start once again from the scratch. So that one will take another time, and I don't think if member states will agree with that. And it's going to be very difficult for them to go from the beginning to finish this the whole procedure. So I don't see that happening. Rather, I see that the Biden authority and administration will appoint Madam Ngozi to that position, because there are some rumors that the Biden administration, some of the senior staff of that government, have started lobbying and trying to make sure that Biden and his trade team appoints Madam Ngozi.
Indeed. So protectionism obviously was a huge problem that the WTO struggled to deal with for years under Roberto Azevedo. What can Dr. Iweala do differently to tackle that problem?
Actually, I think Dr. Ngozi, she can try to upgrade her diplomatic skills, because still most of these UN agencies have no, let's say, legal mandate to get into involvement into these member state countries and dictate terms on trade engagements. So they would rather try to engage in a very diplomatic way, trying to converse and amicably resolve all the disputes of trade whenever they arise in a very calm way. We have seen this has been a failure to the previous administration. We have seen America and China getting into these disputes without being resolved. As of now, most of them are not yet resolved. So the only solution that is there is for her to try to be very diplomatic, for her to be able to bring all these big nations on the table and make sure that they agree on mutual benefits in terms of engaging in this global trade.
But that is the fundamental problem, isn't it?
Yes.
That the WTO's current decision-making process gives outsized power to singular states. Look at what happened in this particular instance, with the United States and South Korea basically saying no, until of course the South Korean trade minister dropped out of the race. They basically blocked this process. We could have had a DG back in November. Isn't it time to junk this idea of making decisions by having everyone agree at the WTO?
Actually, that's everybody's wishes to make sure that WTO becomes a very free agent, free of member state, intrusion and getting involved in its decision-making processes. Everyone would wish to have such a situation, but unfortunately, whoever gives a big chunk of money to that organization has a say, and we don't normally say that they have a veto, but literally they have a veto, because if you have to look back at Trump administration, you'll find that he has blocked a lot of appointments of very important bodies of WTO, and the same administration has not, he was not in agreement with Madam Ngozi's appointment. So you find one nation can block everything and the whole world can get into a very big crisis. This one we don't like to happen. We wish a very free and independent WTO organization, but we all come to the same issue again. who funds the organization. So whoever that is able to fund the organization will have a say in determining the direction of the organization. So we are hoping that with the current regime in the US, there will be some understanding on how better this organization can be run. So hopeful, we wish some changes might happen, and Madam Ngozi is well experienced in these kind of issues, so we expect a lot of reforms in that organization, because the world now is facing a very big trade depression now. The trade has gone down for a very big percentage, and now we have this corona which is blocking the global trade again, and there's another term which has arisen because of corona. It's called corona nationalism. So Madam Ngozi has a lot to do on her table, just in case she will be approved to run that organization.
Indeed, we'll see how this does play out. Gabriel Mongonda in Dar es Salaam. Thank you.